Hundreds of kilometers of farmland lies underwater in Punjab. Rescue teams have been working tirelessly for weeks.
हम 1122 वाले आपकी मदद के लिए पहुंच चुके हैं। अगर कोई बंदा अंदर है तो बाहर मूव करे। हाथ दो।
Some residents tried to escape on their own. Others have been surrounded by water for days but refuse to leave.
और आप लोगों को मसला तो नहीं कोई? छोड़ के तो नहीं जाना चाहते? दवाइयाँ की जरूरत है। अच्छा। कौन बीमार कौन है? हाँ जी। कौन बीमार है? बीमार कौन है? दवाइयाँ किस चीज़ के लिए चाहिए? आइए उन्हें इनके मुंह में दर्द होता है, बुखार है। अच्छा। इस तरह का जेड़ा ना। जी हम वो भिजवाते हैं, ये लड़का जो आता है इसका देते हैं, ये इधर पहुँचा देते हैं।
Some villagers eventually decide to follow the rescuers.
In the past, major floods happened every 10 or 20 years. Now they are much more frequent. We had a giant flood 3 years ago, and again this year. The main factor is climate change. Every year, the monsoon season intensifies by about 30%. Our biggest challenge is that many people refuse to leave their homes despite our warnings.
I have nowhere to go. What will happen to my livestock? How will they be fed? If we must fight hunger, we'd rather fight by staying in our village.
These flooded villages are just 500 meters from the Indian border. They had already been evacuated last April when India and Pakistan entered armed conflict after a terrorist attack in Indian-held Kashmir. New Delhi blamed Pakistan, which denied the accusation. Flood survivors like Rashid Masih feel fate has turned against them.
This morning, the water was behind this wall. Now it's rising and moving forward. Our homes are destroyed. We had to leave our village and we're living on the main road in makeshift shelters made of plastic.
Although the monsoons are responsible for the flooding, Rashid believes the natural disaster isn't the only thing to blame.
This kind of flooding has not happened in 40 years. It's a consequence of the conflict between the two countries. A few months ago, they used weapons, and now India is using water.
He points to India's decision to open dams, causing millions of cubic meters of water to flow into 3 cross-border rivers. The decision came during an already tense climate. In retaliation for April's terrorist attack, New Delhi suspended the Indus Water Treaty on 23rd of April, which had required both neighbors to share water data since 1960. More than 4,000 villages are underwater in Punjab, and over 1 million homes have been destroyed or damaged. In this suburb of Lahore, the waters have finally receded. Muhammad Amir, a shoemaker, has lost everything. Floodwaters submerged his house.
Look at this. All the appliances are destroyed, the television ruined, and the furniture unusable. Just yesterday, water was up to here. Clothes, bedding, everything is gone.
Muhammad Amir is heartbroken by the destruction. Nothing can be salvaged. He doesn't understand why India opened the floodgates.
I feel devastated. I've lost everything. I had to leave my children with someone else. I want to ask my government, why didn't you stop India from releasing the water and drowning us? India saved itself and destroyed us.
Experts argue that India also faced torrential rains, and it had no choice but to protect itself from even greater damage. Both countries, they say, are victims of global warming.
Geography is so much closely connected that even there had been IWT activated, They would have at the best informed maybe a few hours earlier, but I think the reality on ground would not have been much different. The regional connectivity of climate is very critical. Our droughts, our rains, our floods, everything is shared. And over the longer run, it may get further complicated. With the suspension of IWT, we are actually closing door of communication, which is not good for both countries.
The flood revealed the region's extreme vulnerability caught between climate change and political conflict. For India and Pakistan, water will remain at the heart of future tensions.